The topic of today's technical session is high altitude area engineers. In the part 2, we will be covering the external services in Leh area, CHS and hot water supply, external water supply, external elect supply through DG sets and sewage disposal, central heating system and hot water supply. This is the typical layout of a plant room which is providing both of them. To heat up the things, we require a media which is known as glycol. It is basically a mixture of glycol concentrate plus water, and it doesn't freeze up to minus 20 degrees Celsius. Now this media is utilized to transfer the heat. We have the diesel fire boilers. Now these boilers heat up this media of glycol and send through circulation pump to the building, and in the building this glycol, which is of the temperature to the tune of 70 degrees, through fan coil units transfers the heat to the room. This cooled off glycol then again comes to the boilers, get the heat and keep circulating in the loop. There is certainly the loss of the glycol in the system. Now this loss need to be taken care of, otherwise there will be airlock. So on the right hand side, usually a glycol tank is shown, which is provided on the roof of the plant room, which will make up for any loss in the glycol. On the bottom part, that is a network of hot water supply. Two boilers are there. They are again heating the glycol, which is a mixture of concentrate plus water, to 70 degrees. But now this mixture is not being circulated. This mixture through clarifier is transferring the heat to water. This heated water is going to hot water storage tank. From this hot water storage tank, through pumps, this hot water is given to the accommodations. Now in this also, there can be a single pipe through which it can be pumped, but in that case the last accommodation will never receive a hot water. That water will always be 5 to 6 degrees down than the design. So we have to provide a loop. One pipe will carry the hot water from the plant and other pipe will bring it up. So training of the executive is must. Glycol leakages in network need to be traced. Danger of fire is always there when you fire up the boilers, because diesel is flammable. Manning of installation need to be done by experienced staff only. One peculiar problem due to which about 20 to 25% of fan coil units or the CHS systems are not serviceable is that the internal wiring of FCUs are cut by the rats. And since these FCUs are imported from China majorly, so they are beyond repair. Apart from FCU, we have wall panels also, which dissipates the heat. Complete drain out of hot water supply is also must, because in winters the provision of hot water supply is done, but if you leave the water in pipes in night, then all your casted walls will crack, resulting in a major problem which need to be addressed. Then only this system can run again. PPR pipes are preferred over GI piping to avoid freezing of water, and these pipes are provided on the wall instead of being concealed, so that leakage problem can be easily addressed. CHS can also be achieved by floor heating. This floor heating work was recently completed in Leh in one of the 5-star hotel, and in MES this is the first work which is completed with. We have completed the floor heating of Chief Engineer Zone, Leh. In this, the basic principle is the existing tile need to be broken, then a insulation layer is placed with aluminum foil on top. Over that, PPE pipes are placed, and then a concrete mass of 80 mm is done, and then the regular tiling is done over it. The working mechanism of this system is the glycol is heated in the plant similar to other CHS. Then this heated glycol comes through this PPE pipe into the floor. Using the heat of the glycol, the mass of the concrete heats up and it starts to radiate the heat, which makes the temperature of the room comfortable. This system is very good as compared to the other systems because this is soundless. There is no sound of any motor or fan. This is very soothing. You will not get heat on your face. This is long lasting. This heated up concrete will continue to radiate the heat. There is no heat loss to the ground. This is maintenance free, and there is automatically temperature control for the comfort of the user. One thing which I would like to highlight here is, when we heated this system till 22 degrees and maintained it for 24 hours in the office, then temperature remained 15 degree by the end of 48 hours also. These are the few site pics where the plant room is constructed, floor is demolished, pipelines are laid, and through this manifold box, the supply of glycol under the floor is controlled. External water supplies. At any place with a severe winters, there is always a freeze line below which water doesn't freezes up. So for Leh, it is 1.6 meters below GL. All water pipes, if laid below 1.6 GL, will never result into freezing of water. Hence, we can ensure 12-month water supply. And any pipe which is above this 1.6 meter need to be insulated through glass wool, mineral fiber wool or elastomeric foam. Now, this insulation also need to be protected from the environment. For that, aluminum cladding is provisioned. In SSR, we have 20 gauge aluminum cladding which is usually specified in the works. But for small pipings of 15 to 20 mm dia, it is not practical to wrap around this much thick cladding. So, we have to go with 0.3 or 0.45 mm aluminum cladding. Not being a SSR item, we have changed in our tenders and included this item afresh. Whole system of water supply need to be drained on daily basis in winter season so that there is no water inside the pipes to freeze. We have to provision puff tanks instead of normal tanks, and the cost of these tanks is 3 to 4 times more than the normal tanks. Electric supply. In Leh area, majority of the area are still dependent on the standby supply through DG set or for the primary supply also through DG sets. At high altitude area, since the air pressure is low, sufficient air is not there to mix up with the diesel and there are startup problems due to this. Due to low density at HAA, heat dissipation is also very less. But since the climate is very severe outside, so usually a DG set room is made in which DG sets are stored inside. These buildings are regular buildings which are not so ventilated, which further results in heating of the engine of the DG set so it is a duty of the executive to ensure that we provide iron grills only which are properly ventilated. Due to inadequate oxygen levels, incomplete combustion of fuel happens, hence the performance is not satisfactory. These all contribute to a derating factor of 40% in Leh area. With the 90% efficiency for DG set, the net output is only 0.54. Hence, whatever size of DG set is required, we have to provide 1.85 times more size DG set. Low temperature also cause diesel to gel up because of the paraffin presence, alternating the flow characteristics, and this also results in blocking of the fuel filters. Winterizing and anti-gelling agent is the solution left with the executives so that paraffin crystallization doesn't happen. Battery power is also reduced to 46% at such low temperatures. Sewage disposal. If the user is not located at one place, then the most convenient way to dispose of the sewage is septic tank and soakage well. But in winters, anaerobic digestion of sewage in septic tank doesn't happen and water freezes on the borders of the soakage well also. So, the importance of honeysucker machine comes in, which need to be deployed to empty out these tanks, and in the close liaison with municipal corporation, this sewage need to be disposed of. We can also incorporate MBBR package type STP plants, but here also with the help of DG sets, this sewage need to be warmed because bacteria can work only in the range of 20 to 30 degrees. To save on the energy, we have also worked upon one pilot project where the electrocoagulation is used to neutralize the sewage. This method is usually used in industrial waste treatments. By this method, we need to heat up the sewage only to 10 degrees so that it remains in liquid state. Charges get neutralized, sludge get deposited, then this sludge is spread into the landfills for anaerobic decomposition in summer season. So, I will close my presentation with a quote that not all classrooms have 4 walls and Leh is certainly one of them. Thank you.